Hey, this is Sean from Tech Train Solutions with Jake Price, who is with.
Jake Price does it. A little DIY, a little comedy conspiracy. Cool stuff, not cool stuff.
Oh yeah, and we're the Power Effects. Here's episode
Milwaukee Yang.
12. We're gonna race the last episode. We did horrible. Apparently, going live with you on Teams wasn't able to get audio, so we lost all your audio. Just me talking to myself while you're moving your lips, Jake.
I thought it
So
was
I,
funny, but
yeah.
makes for a bad video.
Oh, real bad if you're trying to listen to both the arguments there. So that's what happened there. And so now we're just going to make a recording and then not edit it. We'll just send it straight up. Sound good?
Yeah. Free
All right.
balling.
So last time we were just wanted to talk about union, non-union. You just started union, what, 6 years ago?
Just
Is that 5 years
shy.
ago?
Just shy. Like 5 years and 3 months, almost exactly. So
So it's just fresh in your eyes. So just talk about the comparison between the two. Just briefly, what you see the differences, between the two.
sure. I mean, I guess I'm not really the best example for the union and non-union, although I did do 6 years of non-union commercial industrial, which I did my apprenticeship through.
Right.
That's treated. I was treated super well. We did
Mm,
mostly prevailing wage jobs. I was given tons of overtime. I was given a lot of things that a lot of other non-union companies wouldn't have. Like you could speak better on that. You worked for a couple of them, I think.
yeah. But they were probably one of the worst experiences I've had in the electrical world. Was working non-union. One's out of Brew Mall. I forget the other one, but it was probably I worked probably an hour, half an hour before and half an hour later for free. It was mandatory or you got fired. Eventually, I think a month into it, I said, F that. I just snuck away. Didn't even do that because I didn't know at the time. It's called wage theft, by the way.
Oh, oh
I
yeah.
didn't know that. And so it was a mandatory thing and everybody accepted it for horrible pay. It wasn't the greatest pay. At the time, I negotiated my pay. I asked them, what's the lowest person getting paid there? $9 an hour. What's the highest person getting paid there? $28. I'm like, I have no experience. All right, I'll take 13. They were shocked. 13? I said, dude, I'll have my own truck in less than a year. It took me 8, 9 months, with no experience. But there, I was told, shh, 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 don't talk about your wage. Don't talk. Guess what I did, Jake?
Talked about it.
I talked about it, yeah. There's so many people who are pissed. Like, how you making 13? I've been here for 4 or 5 years making only 10. I'm like, because you didn't ask for it? I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's as
Uh,
simple as it gets, really.
yeah, yeah. And then with that, we had to do, I don't know if you've ever done a finishing of a house, all fixtures and outlets, think of a whole house, outlets and switches. We had to do 2 townhomes. And the townhomes were the size of, if you drive down the Riddle, like you have that complex in the back with all those townhouses, it's about
Yep.
those sizes. And we had to do 2 townhouses a day.
Is that where Connor Schaefer lived?
Yeah, yeah, that
Okay.
size though. And it's pretty good size. I mean, considering all the fixtures, these had basements. Those have crawl
Hmm.
spaces. Some had full basements. And then the fixtures and a foyer that you barely reached with a 14-foot ladder. So it was push, push, push. They're like, you went to Wawa, so that counts as your time. I'm like, no, no. We had to get gas. So while we're getting gas, I ran in there and got something. So no, that was their excuse. That was my experience non-union. But at the same time, I had the negative with union too. I mean, I was with a certain IBW place, and I heard you said your friends did great. I didn't play
Yep.
politics. I'm not a political guy. I'm friendly. I like everybody, and because of not playing politics, I would take the 2 week calls, and when you take 2 week calls, you go back of the book, and I'm just trying to take care of my general manager, right? Just trying to help him out. I'm like, you're going to take care of me, right? I took a 2 week call. One day passed, And then I was back of the book. Why people who were further back of the book were friends with someone would jump the book and get work before me. And I lost health care that year 4 times. That's when I finally went Kimberly Clark that year.
That's crazy, man.
So I had both, right? I liked
Yeah,
the
that's rough.
education. It was good education, but I had both.
Yeah, they do put out some of the best electricians.
Yeah, they do to a point. To a point.
Oh, yeah, construction.
It depends on the person. Yeah, they can't troubleshoot worth a damn. But yeah,
I think it's like every aspect of education, you get out of it what you want out of it, and that's how a lot of those guys are that way. Because a couple of my best friends are IBW guys, and
yeah,
they've been running work for 10 years now.
Nice.
As soon as they topped out, 10 years, like they've just been foreman rate for 10 years, just because they excuse me, they wanted to know everything. They wanted to be the top dog. So they got out of it what they wanted, and they're at the top.
And they probably stayed with one contractor. I was a dumb butt. Which I'm kind of glad I did now, but at the time I was an apprentice, right? And I've been working for one company who I loved. I'll say it, Pusey Electric. They treated me so well. When I was in Iraq, the guy paid me my salary. I'm like, oh, I finally told him, I said, can you please stop? It's Donald Pusey, awesome guy. He took care of me when I was deployed. Took care of my family. But at the time when I came back, I had all the guys talk me out of it. Say, hey, you got to experience different parts of the trade. It was commercial and light industrial, not very big. I wasn't no refiner. So I had them talk me out of it. And I kind of burned a bridge with them because they're like, why are you leaving? So after that, I wasn't as steady anymore. And I had a hard time keeping work because I didn't have any connection. So there's positives and negatives. I mean, I had great education, I had a great contractor. I just had them talk me out of staying there. Dumbass.
Live and learn.
Yeah. So that was my experience between union, non-union. And then I went to, where you went, Kimberly Clark.
Sure. In
the beginning, it was good. Between me, you were there when you first got there. You just came from a world where, you go. And then you go there and they look at you funny. You probably saw that.
I remember in my second week there, the first week was all orientation and HR stuff.
Yeah.
And then kind of like meeting people. Then second week, you start your rotation. I think my second and third week there, again, being the new guy, I came from construction.
Right.
Non-union. My boss was big on wearing your tool pouch.
Yeah.
If you didn't have your tool pouch on with your tools in your pouch, you weren't ready to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it was simple. If you came at the site, he just wanted to see you ready to work, if not working. So super easy standards.
Mm-hmm.
I wore my tool pouch at Kimberly Clark, and I had people come up. I was like, "Do you work here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just started." Like, "Oh, we thought you were a contractor. Nobody around here wears a tool pouch." I'm like,
right.
"Really?" Like, it's so much easier. You just walk around with your tools on your belt. It's like save so much time. Like, no, it's kind of laid back here. I'm like, oh, all right. So it took me a while to get used to that. Like you had mentioned, like you're coming from one step away from sweatshop level of production.
Yeah. You need to be that way too. That's right. Yep.
Down to here. It's like, okay, well, we're down here. Take it nice and easy. We're gonna go slow. We're gonna be safe. XYZ, whatever other excuses they had. I think a lot of those jobs, and I think everybody can agree to it. A lot of those jobs took way longer than they had to.
Yeah.
But no one from the maintenance side really ever got hurt, so it was successful in the long run.
Yeah, and like when I first went there myself, like you said, orientation. I was there for a week. Week into it later, I was there and I was getting trained by a guy named Dominic, and he had a major hernia. I'm like, dude, you could die from that, right? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, I've heard people die from that. It was really bad. And so he was supposed to train me. 2 days later, he goes out in medical. And so guess what? I'm the only electrician. Nice. No experience, no knowledge. And
nice.
then I'll just say the first name. Chuck's like, Sean, I know we're not supposed to work with tools before night, but can you start work? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, dude, they threw me right to the wolves.
Oh, me too,
I was
man.
right in on PVMs, and
Mm-hmm.
then they found out that I know how to use tools. I was like, all right, well, we're gonna send you here, 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 and here. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I was like, I don't even know where I'm at.
Yeah. At the time, I'm still at that mindset of I do what you tell me to do. I knock it out as fast as I can, you
Yeah.
know. And luckily, Joe would come a couple hours before and a couple hours later to help me out, train me a little bit. Because I'll be honest, I was completely lost. I kind of BS'd myself to get that job because I only did construction of industrial stuff. I never really, troubleshot. I just turned it on and walked away from it. That's what I did back in the day. Instrumentation, PLCs, I would just hook it up, turn it on, follow the prints, and then leave.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
That's
never.
exactly
What's that?
that's exactly my experience that I went in with. Like I've wired everything from beginning to end,
Mm-hmm.
and I never had to troubleshoot it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't even know where to begin. But luckily, I think for me, more so than you, maybe they started me right with Bob Marandola.
dude, you got lucky then. I
He's
had
one of the best
nobody.
guys you could ever worked with, and he trained every step of the way of
Oh,
why the why the wires are numbered this way, and what this
right,
device does, and what to look for, and this is what the PLC does,
right,
and this is the trend you look for, and this is the photo eye that we're looking at in the
right.
PLC. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my,
that's amazing.
Bob set me up for success
Wow.
my second week of ever touching a tool, Kimberly Clark.
Well, I had a guy named Ron Kopp. He's better now. He's a major alcoholic back then. That was my trainer.
That's
He was
tough.
a engineering tech, whatever that is. He'd be half drunk teaching me Modicon. I got a little bits of pieces. You know what helped me train the best? You know what really got me to help me
What's
really
that?
learn? Messing up.
That's the best
Messing
way to
up.
do it.
Shutting
Best way
machines
to do
down,
it.
going, uh-oh, what did I do? Yeah.
Yep.
I did that for the first year. I was just kept messing stuff up, and they're like, a lot of mechanical work they were making me do. Oh, Sean, can you do that? I'm like, I thought we are supposed to be separated. We just need you to knock that out. I'm like, okay, sure, no
What's the
problem.
name? That's another one, Dan Albany.
Yeah. Yep.
When I did my rotation over in the DC, he thought I was a mechanic. So he was sending me with mechanics. I was helping change sprockets, conveyor belts, gearboxes. I'm like, all right, I'm the new guy. Like, I don't really think this is my job. And then, like the third day, Eric and Joe go, "Hey, Dan, Jake's an E-Tech, right? He's not an M-Tech." He's like, I never met an E-Tech that wanted to work before. It's like, whoa,
That's
like
funny,
man.
dude. That's funny. Coming
As
from a
much
guy
as
who doesn't work. That's funny.
I say, as much as people hated that guy, my personal experience,
Yeah.
he was nice to me. He's a straight shooter to me, and I don't know. I never personally had a bad experience. I've heard the horror stories.
I worked for him 10 years. He's nice for like a month or two, and then he's a jerk to you. 2 months, and he's nice to you until you flip out on him. I was
Hmm.
the buffer for that shop. So what would happen is Dan used to mess with us, right? He used to take E-Techs overtime, and he used to torture us. I would push back. I was the only one. Everybody else, when I was pushing back, everybody would step back and go, Sean's being so mean, Dan. I don't know why he's like that. And so when I do that, they're taking everything off their eyes, and I'm being the guy. I'm being the jerk. But he backs away. He leaves us alone for a while. I did that for 10 years because I only it takes so
Which
much before I flip out.
so there's guys like that that'll
Do it on purpose.
where well, so you did the right thing, and I kind of do the same thing. Like there's
Yeah.
certain people that push buttons to
Mm-hmm.
see what buttons they can push and what they can push for as long as they can push.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone comes back to them or has a rebuttal, like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll back off with this guy,
Yeah.
and they go a different route, or they come back later and try the same thing. But you just have to give it back. You have to stand your ground sometimes, and
Yeah.
a
Like
lot of people don't
I'll
understand that, or they get too sensitive.
because it's a union shop, you got to watch yourself because there's a
At the
few
same time, that's
times.
part of the problem with a union because it's like if you ever read like the bylaws and stuff, which I didn't know about for a long time, towards the end of my career with Kimberly
Mm-hmm.
Clark, is like no union leadership is allowed to yell at you or raise their voice. They
Mm-hmm.
can't affect your overtime. They can't do anything to you. They're supposed to represent you. and give you the bad news and be on your
What?
side. Our
What? They did
leadership
the
didn't really give,
exact
yeah,
opposite near the end. That's why I
yeah.
left. That's
If
why I
they if
left.
they
They did the
yell
exact
if they
opposite.
if they
Not
yell
the
at
Ellen
you,
part. Not the Ellen
if
part. The
all
overtime
sorts,
part.
yeah,
Yeah.
like punishment, yelling at you, like stuff like that, retaliatory stuff. You can go directly to HR. You can go directly to the international. It is direct violation of what their position is supposed to be.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't understand that or don't know that is part of that whole racket that they're running there. Is like they're kind of ruling by iron fist, and they're not allowed to yell at people.
How'd
They're
you
not
find the
allowed to take
bylaws?
overtime.
Because I had to look online
I
for it. I
didn't directly
found it
find them.
online. I found it.
I talked to, I
I had to
didn't. So I had
search
a lot of
for it.
trouble, but I talked to some old timers down
It's
there.
like they hide it.
Um, Sam Gale was a
Yeah.
really big keynote of the high performance work system
Yeah.
and understanding some of the old stuff because I tried to track down this high performance work system that the CBA directly is based around.
Mm-hmm.
The whole basis of that CBA is this high performance work system that was signed in 1993 that nobody could show you that the actual document or the signatures on the document. HR won't even respond to your email
Mm-hmm.
of asking what it is or having any proof that it was even in existence.
Because they really don't
But
know.
no, and they're all new too. Like I didn't
Yeah.
really get mad at them for that, but someone has to have that document or proof of that document or what the understanding of the high performance work system is because that whole CBA is based around and verbatim the high performance work system, but
Yeah.
nobody knows what it is. So you
Right.
can't base a relationship off of that or a CBA off of that because nobody knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Union leadership wouldn't tell me. They wouldn't give me bylaws. They wouldn't and there's a lot of violations and red flags there
Yeah.
that they're not allowed to deny or when this restructure happened,
Yeah.
they kind of caught wind of it and they were led astray too from our previous plant manager, which I like to believe that he was just avoiding the restructure
Yeah.
because he knew the repercussions.
Yeah. He don't want to deal with the
And
consequences. Yeah.
yeah, right. And nobody
Yeah.
does. That's a
No.
stressful situation to begin
No.
with. And then
He ended up quitting.
he was new to America at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like what a nightmare that was. And then
Yeah.
all they did was blame him continuously, even through the restructure. They continued to blame him, like how he left him in the dark. It's like, well, they had an idea of what was going on. We were
Right.
restructuring to what all the other Kimberly Clark facilities did. They already implemented it.
Yeah, but
So
they bent to the
we
knee,
weren't
and they're the ones, the union officials, ones that made these rules up instead of forcing the company and just saying, "Hey, you do your thing," and then grieving them, like you
well,
said. Make
that's what we
them.
talked about. Yeah,
They should have
that's what I
done
think
that.
is that the most important part of the CBA that I interpreted around this whole high performance work system keyword that no one knows what it is. There is packets and information. I left them all to people at Kimberly Clark for all the information that I was able to gather. I
Mhm.
gave to somebody else.
Right.
So that information's still in circulation. If they actually do anything with it or not, that's not on
Probably
me.
not. Yeah.
But the beginning, the introduction to the high performance work system is understanding jointness.
Mm-hmm.
It's the company and the union agreeing to work together side by side to progress and succeed together.
Right.
Whatever's in the best interest of the company is that they will find a way to work together and progress forward.
Yeah.
The company announcing a restructure, job mitigation, and layoffs is not working together.
Yeah. Pretty much
The
telling you you're doing this. That's what's
the
happening there.
the 12 and 2 80-hour cap is not a working together scenario.
Just force
The
it down
agreement,
our
the alleged amendment to the CBA of us accepting this 1301 and 80-hour cap was not a voted upon scenario. That was the union higher ups
throat.
saying that we agreed to it. The problem with them doing all that is that, and with the restructure too, like they tried to save certain jobs, they red circled pay rates, they accepted a number for layoffs, and they tried to work around it with buyouts. The problem with that, excuse me, the problem with that is at that point, the company is no longer in violation of the CBA
Yeah.
because the union officials worked with them.
Yep.
So 9 guys spoke for 480 people, or I guess
Right.
at that time it was 495 people. They spoke
Yep.
for almost 500 people. Nine
Yep.
people spoke for them, which I don't understand how that's ethical.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so they spoke for
Back in the
them.
day, it was
Allow,
different. You didn't do it like that, but all right.
yeah, there should have been like a stand down or a meeting that people could actually go to instead of hosting these meetings at 1:45 in the afternoon or 6:30 at night. Like I'm not going to a townhouse in Chester
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
6:30 at night for a union meeting that I don't
Yeah.
really have a say so. I'm just allowed to show up.
Right.
So there's but so those 9 guys were the voice of nine or of the voice of 500.
Mm-hmm.
And since they worked with the company, the company didn't do anything wrong according to the CBA because we worked with them. So there's no leg to stand on, as if they were to say, "Hey, we're not doing that. You guys have the right to manage. Do your job." The
You
company
know,
forces it on us, and
yeah.
then you could file a grievance and be like, "Hey, you guys screwed up. We're not working together. This is CBA violation.
Yeah.
Grievance, 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 grievance."
Mm-hmm.
Instead, our higher ups protected themselves and their best interest, which is
Protected
politics.
themselves and then go to me and says I can't work my contractual hours.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you that you can no longer work more than 40 hours a week, but
My contract
directly
says
in
48.
directly in the contract says anybody in training, off
Yep.
shift schedule, or something else can work up to 48 hours a week.
Yep. Yep. They just
All
rip
the
that.
training coordinators are allowed to work 48 hours a week. There's a couple guys that are off the floor for 10 and 20 years.
Yep.
You can't tell me they're off a shift rotation. Everyone's off a shift rotation.
Yeah.
You worked on shift. I worked on shift. Everyone at some point worked off or on shift rotation. The
You know what?
CBA did not specify to that particular group of people, and the union leadership defended who they wanted to, and that's the problem I had.
Yeah. The last two union leadership, right? They were day work and they got a special position. Before that, they were on shift. You couldn't hardly get to them. There's one little office they can go. That was
So,
back in the
so
day, and then
Sean,
all of a sudden it changed. You know what I mean?
well, so they pulled them off the floor for union business,
But that's a
which is
conflict.
that's I tried telling
Conflict
people
of
like
interest.
you can't have a union leader
Mm-hmm.
who pays him, who pays him.
Company's got to be. I don't see us paying that unless we
Well,
are.
if
No
if
one
he's
tells me.
not if he's not contributing to anything company based and it's all union leadership, it's not a company responsibility.
I don't know who pays it. That's one thing I was just curious who's paying his salary, and you couldn't find out. That's the
From
one
what
of the
I was told, was that it was HR. And
what?
I was like, that's a direct conflict of
That's a
interest.
major conflict.
So I don't know how true that information is. You know how
Yeah.
the mill works. It's all
Mm,
rumors, whispered down the lane, and by the time it gets from the top to the bottom,
yeah.
we're in the wrong state. So who knows?
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. That's what I was told. That's the issues I had. I didn't have an issue. I did have an issue with the company. I I didn't have enough issues with the company to leave the company.
yeah,
It's the way that our union leadership
I could have dealt
responded
with it
and how
because years
everything
past I dealt with
transpired.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I talked to the old timers, like they were there for 20, 30, 40 years. Like, hey, man, this comes in waves.
Yep.
They're going to cut the overtime. They're going
Mm-hmm.
to do this. They're going to restructure. They're going to come back in a couple of years, say, hey, we screwed up. Let's try this out again.
Yep.
Because it's an ongoing rotation, and they always come back
Yep.
to the beginning, ride it out. And then
That's
the way
why.
that things
Yeah.
transpired is like I was like, I had 35-year guys like, hey man, it's a good time to get out. I'm like, what?
That's
You
what I
just told me a
decided.
month ago to you just told me a month ago to ride it out. Now you're
It's
telling me
too
you've never seen
different.
it this bad.
It's
I'm
way
like,
too
whoa.
different. You know, I saw the writing on the wall. That's why I had to leave. But let's go get away from this serious. Let's do a little bit funny of union stuff. You know,
Yeah,
there's like I said, there's a lot of negatives and positives, right? I
sure,
remember these are the names I'm going to give you of certain workers, right? You ever heard
sure.
of the maintenance monitor? My little phrase. You know what that person does? A maintenance monitor. That's one of the phrases I use for a union guy. Maintenance
Shop
monitor, right?
steward.
No, he's a worker that doesn't work, but he watches you work.
Oh yeah.
You know
Well,
that guy, right?
everywhere has those
I'm not
guys.
gonna name a couple, right? I remember that. I'm like, you're gonna help me? I am helping. I need tools. I'm like, this is hard work. I need help. Oh no, you got this. I'm like, okay, sure. All right, maintenance monitor. So what I did is I made a flow chart of how to access a maintenance monitor, and I gave it to him. He's
Mm.
like, "What's this?" I'm like, "You're a maintenance monitor, buddy." I just used to mess with him. Or the person who does everything he can get out of work. You know that guy too.
I've seen that guy, and then at
Yeah, a few
quarter to two,
guys.
they request overtime.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what did you do the
Only
past 7 hours?
they request overtime when they know a worker's working. That's when they request it. It's
I've seen
happened
that
a
too.
few
Yeah,
times. Like, I could do this job by myself. Oh, they said they're gonna help you. I'm
I've
like,
had that scenario where it's
really?
like, like I've directly said this to like level sixes. I'm like, well, I was like, this is how many people I need for the job.
Yeah,
If I get A, B, and C, run the list till I get X, Y, Z. Because other than that, I can't do it.
mm,
I was like, if it
yeah,
comes down to a seniority list, I was like, I need who I need. If you
mm,
can't get me them, run it till I can get them because it's not going to
yeah.
work.
Oh, it happens a lot though, as you know, right?
Dude, it's the
Happens a
worst. I was like,
lot. That's the
oh man.
difference between union and non-union. Non-union, you might be able to get the people you want, except for occasionally. If it was non-union, you get the one crap bag
So
that
so
they need to send
non-union.
somewhere. But at least he's not making a lot of money, killing the budget.
Trying to think. I think again, like
Because you always got the one
I had
guy
a
that they
very
always have. He's like the runner. He's like the
yeah.
bull, like gets things done because he's a bull. You
Well,
know,
like perfect example. There's two guys at the non-union facility that I worked at.
yeah.
And again, I'm not a great example for bad experiences in that route in that subject.
Mm-hmm.
But there was two guys that were stonemasons that were brought on for like housekeeping pads, and like there were a couple of times that they built their own electrical enclosures, like with like cinder block, and like built their own
Yeah.
small buildings. And these
Mm-hmm.
guys were key players in the construction of that.
Mm-hmm.
But they were kept on and sent through their apprenticeship, and it's like, this guy's not good at finishing concrete anymore. And you're gonna tell me he's my guy to run conduit with? I was like, he can't. He can't show me anything. He can barely put an anchor in the wall anymore. Like,
Right.
I'm sure
Right.
he's done great things and he's built buildings.
Right.
But come on, man. Like, I
Yeah.
can't do this.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
mean, you got them
so
in both
yeah,
sides. You got them both sides. But the thing with the non-union side, eventually they can if they want. Union, you can't.
yeah.
You
I think
know,
because Pennsylvania, I think is still an at-will state. They don't really have to give you much reason. Like if you're non-union, they don't really have to give you much reason why they're getting rid of you.
non-union, yeah, union they have to. But yeah, no, it takes an act of God to get rid of someone's union because we had some
Well,
crap bags. Like the one guy, he was always in a tennis program, always, for 4 years, 5 years, and then finally he went out and had met a woman, and he forgot to come to work, and that was the final straw. And he finally got canned, but it took 5 years to get him canned.
I knew him.
No, you weren't here yet.
Oh,
He was the guy I worked with,
okay.
Dominic. Dominic,
Oh,
what's his name? Yeah. So what he would do is he would go until he's like leveling. Let's say level 1 is like you're just there. Level 2 and level 3 you get fired. He would always stay between 2 and 1, his whole career, the whole time, right? Every time he gets down to level 1, he's like, "Oh, I got to take a couple more days off." So he goes back to level 2. This is where he was
dude.
the whole career. But he got away with it. He was a sharp guy, but he was the kind of guy that when he was calm, he could do stuff, but he was never hardly calm. When he would do stupid stuff, and I had to work. I always had to follow him, right? And when you follow someone that you're always getting his work, you get. This is when I started becoming a crap bag myself because I'm getting tired of dealing with that, right? And then Matt Wright comes aboard, and I'm doing it to him because I'm pissed at the guy before me. I don't want to do his work. So Matt kept doing it. He's like, "Sean, I keep doing all this work." I'm like, "I'm sorry, dude. I apologize." So I finally felt bad. And I started doing work. I felt like I can't do this to Matt. I can't. So I finally started doing it. And man, you know how it's just the way it was. And I come to find out, this guy, I found out after a while when he finally gone that he was smoking weed and he was high all the time. And I never knew that because he was always acting that way. You know, never knew it. He would do stupid stuff. I remember we are doing these brakes, and PCMC has those brake module things in the cabinets. It's like a little thing, and we only had 2 left. And he's like, "I got it." And so he's doing this, and he burns it. I'm like, "I get it next. No problem." He's like, "No, I got it." And he does it again. And he burns it. So I had to cover his butt. Say, "Yeah, I don't know why, but that thing just failed. Just get away." But man, this guy was crazy, crazy, and that's the kind of guy you work with in some sectors. You ever dealt with someone like that? Like crazy like that? Or did you deal with the less than bare minimum? The guy that barely, alligator arms. I almost had that.
Yeah, dude. The worst part was like the alligator arm.
I would have helped you.
No, I can't even say that the worst I dealt with was alligator arms. The worst I dealt with was I'm on a journeyman. I'm on a ladder, hammer drilling holes through a cinder block wall.
Mm-hmm.
Apprentice footing my ladder. I didn't need someone to foot my ladder.
Mm-hmm.
I needed someone to drill the hole. The apprentice should have been drilling the hole.
Right.
He's footing the ladder, texting.
I think I know you're talking about. I think I know
what good is that to me? And then I climb down the ladder. Again, I'm not a prima donna, so I move my own ladder. I go through stair tower, door, and then I'm on the other side of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And we're running conduit, and it's like, all right, well, where's the apprentice? Go back through. He's still standing there in the same spot, texting. Like, okay, so now there's cinder block and concrete dust all over the floor. I'm like, okay, well, he's not fucking doing anything. So I went and grabbed my vacuum and I cleaned it up. And I went back to the other side and started running conduit. I cut, bent, thread, drilled everything about that.
Yeah.
And like he's texting the whole time. It's like, well, I'm not teaching this guy a goddamn thing. So that to me is worse than the guy like, oh man, I was gonna get that. Oh dude, I could have helped you.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the stupid excuses instead of someone just sitting there texting the whole time. Like I'd rather just be by myself at that point. At least the person with all the excuses, at least, is probably fun to talk to.
No, yeah, you're right. He was fun to talk to.
Get used to all this. Yeah. Get used to all the stupid excuses at least. Like, oh man, what has he got now?
And I used to get so mad at him because eventually he would like throw me under a bus or stab me in the back or do something stupid that gets me in trouble, right? And then I get so mad at him. Eventually, I started learning that no, that's just him. He doesn't mean to. He's just an idiot. He just does it. He's one of those guys that I'm just waiting for it. When he gets me in trouble, I get myself out of it. But I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for it. Oh, here it goes. I got it now. I'm in trouble now.
Here it is.
Yeah. He used to do that. One time, I was so angry, dude. He kicked me off of first shift, threw me on third because we had a gentleman's agreement, which I'll never do again. Everything's got to be in writing now. Right. And he bumped me off, dude. If he would have came over, I probably would have killed him. Seriously, that's how angry I was. And I'm like all angry. I had union officials call me. I'm like, you come over, I'll kick your. I was gonna kick any. It didn't matter. Everybody would stay away from me. Wife calls, goes. I'm like, I'm all mad. And wife goes, settle down. I'm like, yes, son. Yeah, son. I'm sorry. Everybody's like, yes, you boss. Calm down quick. I said, hey, I married up, dude. I can't ruin that thing. So that's what I'm saying. We got all these different union stories. I mean, non-union. Man, it was tough. I had a guy, he's like the foreman, and he didn't like somebody. So I probably told this before, but as he's working on a 50 amp circuit, right, he turns on the breaker on him. Almost killed him. The guy, they almost killed the guy. I finally broke him apart, but almost killed him. That was non-union error. Tough.
That's where that Lotto comes into play, the lockout tagout, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to teach my kids now. But I bought those crappy lockout devices for the breakers. They suck. Can't believe they.
Which ones are they?
They're the ones that you compress. You compress, and then they sometimes work, and then they break. They're a pain in the butt. There's another one that has little slots. I'm gonna get those instead. But yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a different one that has like a plastic cover and it has a little slot that goes in the breaker slot hole that each breaker has. A little hole. Yeah. Goes in there. They're pretty nice because it goes over the breaker and it gives you more room where you can put more on. It's pretty nice. I'll probably get that one instead. So you have just changed your job.
I did. I did. Yeah. I started December 1st.
All right. New segment, guys.
Uh,
We're going to talk about changing jobs. Talk about it, man. You just changed, man. Tell us the experience from where you came from to where you're at now. I know it's only been a week or two, but at least tell the
yeah,
audience.
just started my second week. So December 1st, I started with Pico.
Mm-hmm.
I will be an engineering technician working with uh,
Ooh.
transmission and substation,
Ooh,
stuff like
engineering
that.
technician. Ooh.
Yeah,
Special.
relays and SCADA. But
Nice.
dude, it's like a breath of fresh air. I mean, it's a little bit more of a drive. Like obviously, I was working in Chester, Kimberly Clark before, which
Yeah.
I'm sure got this way for you too. It just became like a dark cloud.
Near
Like
the end, yes.
what? Yeah, like once I went through like the interview process with a couple of places, and then kind of landed at Pico, and it's like, man, like I'm excited to work. I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to go to work every day now. Like I can't wait to start fresh, like with new people,
Yeah.
new career, new description of my job, which I get to learn a ton. Um, and everyone's super cool, man. Everyone wants you to do good. Everyone wants you to make money.
Wow.
Everybody, it feels a lot different than Kimberly Clark ever did. And like I don't want to talk badly about Kimberly Clark. They are a good employer. That you can make a lot of money there.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had different experiences,
Yeah.
but it became such a dark cloud going there every day. Like I didn't want to go. I started showing up late, which I don't like doing. I feel that
Mm-hmm.
it's almost disrespectful in a sense. Show up late, it's like, man, like I guess I don't know. And then I didn't have any motivation to help out. It's like the company's restructuring, the union's not helping us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Lost our overtime. It's like, man, like you know what? Like the company doesn't care about me. Why should I care about any of theirs? All their almost dropped some curse words. Why should I care about any of their stuff? If
Yeah.
they don't care
I
about
was like
me and
that
my
at the
well,
end too.
they care about your what is it, your family home work life
Work life.
balance.
That's a
They
bunch
don't
of
care
bull.
about that. They
That was
care
for the
about like,
stockholders. That's all that was
oh
for.
yeah, it's a good PR move.
Yeah. So
But
Europeans will buy stock. That's the only
then
really cares about is Europeans, and no one here cares
yeah,
about the United States.
and then yeah, I don't know. So I got the bug. I started looking around back in July and had a few applications in with mostly Pico. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's honestly Pico, Exelon, like Delmarva, that whole gambit. That's
Yeah.
where I was trying to land.
Mm-hmm.
That was the goal before Kimberly Clark, and I didn't get in. And then I got to give Kimberly Clark, and then I had the opportunity to hop on, dude. And again, it's a breath of fresh air. Like I wake up early, I get to work early. I want to stay, even though like I'm a new hire still, but like I want to be there. I want to
Yeah.
learn.
You want to
And
learn your job.
I've been to a couple different facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Every person I've met has been great,
That's
from
awesome.
salary, corporate, management, union.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody treats everybody good. Everyone's worked well together. They all laugh and joke. Uh, it's awesome. It's again, it's another facility that's super safety orientated,
Yeah.
except it feels like they actually care. Where like Kimberly Clark was like more of like a liability push
Yeah.
and a PR stunt. Like
Mm.
I feel like this place feels different. Like man, like like this is I don't know.
Well, you're not making
Kind of
toilet
kind of
paper, right? That's the thing there. You're not making toilet paper, but it's just a cheap product, and you're a cost.
yeah, but at
That's
the
the
same
problem
time,
with
like
Kimberly Clark. You're a cost of
toilet
them.
paper is a cheap product in a sense. Like where like I'm sure you've heard where like Kimberly Clark purchased Scott Tissue. They
Yeah.
wanted Cottonelle. That's what they
Right.
they wanted Cottonelle. They wanted the name and the product of Cottonelle, which is the
Right.
quilted, um, I guess softer if you want to consider that softer
Yeah.
toilet paper. Scott 1000 was the hidden gem. They didn't want that. They wanted Cottonelle. They wanted the name.
Mm-hmm.
Scott 1000 was a hidden treasure, a $1 billion treasure, almost exactly,
Yeah.
where they were going all in for this one item and the product. And they got this product too. and
Hmm.
this one's freaking pay dirt. So
Yeah.
uh, Kimberly Clark,
Well, I'm just saying
Chester, like
they wanted to make more
ST1
from
is,
it. That's why
oh yeah,
they treated us like crap. Because I'll tell you that too. We're a value brand. They're going to nickel
oh
and
yeah.
dime our plant because our plant pays for everything else. They're probably paying for the Ohio plant.
Well, Kimberly
This.
Clark, Chester, Scott 1000 is, from what I was told. Again, I didn't do my own fact checking, but I was told 20% of the international Scott 1000 is made in Chester.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
55% of the Northeast region of the United States is from Chester. The issue I had with, and I'm sure you saw, was production skyrocketed through COVID,
Oh, dude, we kick butt.
because no one really knew what the symptoms were of COVID. It was just
Yeah,
like, oh man, you're gonna have diarrhea, you're gonna have this, you're gonna have this. So they're just
yeah,
rattling things off, and then people
uh-huh,
uh, panic buy, and like, all right,
yeah,
toilet paper. That's the first thing everybody buys in a storm or a pandemic,
yeah.
anything. It's like, all right, we need toilet
That's the
paper.
first thing. Yeah,
So it's flying off the shelves. Now everyone's got pantry stock. So we killed it. We crushed it. And like that's when I was
yeah,
brand new. Killed it, crushed it, absolutely killed it for them. We
right.
got big thank yous. We got pizza parties,
Yeah,
all that nonsense.
more than
And
80 hours.
then they raised the price of the toilet paper, and they were
Yep.
surprised when their sales started to plummet. It's like, dude, like you should just
You
hit
know,
people in at that point at the tail end of COVID,
yeah,
and you're hitting them with a price change. Like
man.
what hell? That
You
doesn't
go
help
f-
anybody out.
you go from that to now Pico, where you're going to give us power now. So describe like what's going to be your day like? Do you have to drive your vehicle to site, or what's the day like for you, or what do you think's going to be like for this new job? Because I'm excited for you,
Yeah,
really
my
am.
understanding is I'll kind of be all over the place
Yeah.
for my position. I think more along the lines I will land in a district because Pico's not a huge region. It's
Okay.
kind of like the southeast section of Pennsylvania.
Right.
But so I'll go from substation to substation, different yards like that. I might
Mm,
land at a couple nuclear power plants to check those out, which I thought was pretty cool.
that's neat.
Um, but it's gonna the whole industry is gonna be busy for 20 years. Like outside, like this
Oh
is even
yeah.
talking from a Pico experience. Like
All right.
this is all power generation, whether it be nuclear. I think they're talking about opening up 3 Mile Island
Mm,
just for Microsoft's data center. So
right.
they're opening up a whole nuclear power plant just for Microsoft.
Okay.
That whole industry is going to be busy for the next 20 years with the upgrades, the maintenance, the installation of what it's going to really take to equip the power grid to be ready for data data centers and AI production. It's going to really need a lot of power,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people underestimate that. But it's this job now that I got into is going to be consistent for 20 years, to say the
So
least. At
how many
least.
how many new hires did they hire? Or is it just you right now? Did they? Is
Well,
it
so
just you?
I feel like what I could disclose is that they
Oh,
hired, I
you don't
think,
have to.
like 15 people,
Okay.
not for my position in particular, but across
This all because I saw the
the
jobs
transmission
online.
substation.
I saw all the
But
jobs. I
they're looking they're looking
okay.
to expand. They
All right.
want to expand. They want to hire more people. They want
Mm,
more people to work. They want more people to be a part of their team, which what
mm,
I thought was cool, which is the exact opposite of where we came from. Like they're looking into downsize and mitigate and maximize profit. And Pico and Exelon and Delmarva, probably PP&L and other power generation too. They're like,
yeah.
we want to expand. We want you on our team. We want you
Wow.
to do good. We want you to make money.
Mm,
We're making money. You make money. And it feels like an actually inclusive team. Like HR is great. Management's been great.
mm,
Union guys have been great. The union women have been great. So
mm.
it's
That's
like a
awesome, dude.
totally different vibe than I've ever had. I'm like, dude, like I'm actually excited to go to work. I'm excited to wake up in the morning.
That's
Like
awesome.
Kimberly Clark, even like the tail end of like construction, like it's like, man, like if I could think of an excuse to stay home today, I might stay home. But now it's like, man, like like I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to take off. I want to go down this rabbit hole, this new journey,
Yeah.
this new job, new learning. I
New
really don't
world.
even know what the
New world,
entire
man.
job entails. Yeah, I don't even know what my entire job entails,
Yeah.
but
It's
I'm all in,
exciting.
dude.
It's exciting.
I'm all in.
I like change. I like good change. I like change. So I like it. Sounds
And
good to
I believe
me.
I do believe with my position, I'll kind of like Kimberly Clark. They supply all the tools.
Okay.
So down the road, I believe I don't know if it's 100%, but I believe I'll be getting an outfitted van,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'll work out of I'll go station to station. I may have to drive to a central location and then go from there, but
It's understandable. Yeah.
that's some semantics down the road.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like, dude, it's like everything's supplied. They use their equipment, and if there's any issues, they replace it. It's
That's
safety
awesome.
first. Like if you don't think it's safe, you own the stop button, and
That's
they're big
awesome.
on that. So it's like, yeah, man, there's a lot of good vibes, a lot of good feelings,
Just
tons of
think,
training. Everyone wants you to do good. Every
me and
person I've met
you,
wants you to do good.
left, because it was a bad experience. And I think me and you have found a better, you know, position. You know what I mean?
Oh, a million percent.
Now I'm a little stressed now, but that's nothing major. Is because I'm dealing with kids. They got to learn how to deal with. It's different than military, man. I'm just letting you know right now. I taught
Oh,
military for
sure.
17 years. What a difference between that and teaching kids. There is a definite difference.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but I'm happy. I'm waiting for that Christmas break and the summer vacation to see how that feels like from
That'll
working
be
all
Christmas.
year and
The summer
oh
vacation will be sweet, dude. That'd be a
yeah,
sweet gig.
gives me a chance to hopefully kick my business up because I might need a physical location. So I mean, that's just cool, dude. This change between me and you. Is anybody else leaving, or is just us? Are we the only two that brave enough to jump ship? Do you know? Do you know anybody else leaving from
I've
there?
I've tried. I've because everything that I've applied to, I've sent to other people.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm also I was in a position where I didn't have to leave Kimberly Clark. I wanted to leave, so I didn't
Yeah, I
need a
was
new
same way.
job.
Yeah.
I wanted a new job.
And
So
I'm not
everything that I
money hungry.
applied,
I'm not overtime whore. I'm not that.
yeah, right.
I'm not
So
addicted.
everything that I applied for, I sent to other people also because I wanted other people to do good too.
Hmm.
So everything I applied for, I sent to other people, and um, I think only me and two
Just me.
other guys that I know of, I guess three,
Really?
uh, took
Okay.
the advantage to get out for, I
Okay.
believe, a better picture. Like you left for teaching and
Yeah.
continuous education, which we need. We
Yeah. Yeah.
need that.
Definitely.
And then I left for Pico, and then another guy left for a refinery, Marcus Hook, who got a pay
Ah.
raise, better
Wow.
401k match, better vacation.
Wow.
Uh,
Nice. That's awesome. I know some
he works
people
four
that work down there. That's awesome.
he works 410s, and he's got on call one weekend a month or something like that,
Four
and you get
tens.
paid
That's
410s
awesome, dude.
and then you're off for every Friday. But if you want to work overtime, they have overtime. It's all optional, and then it's like, all right,
Wow.
well, you're on call one weekend a month. Uh, you get
So I
paid
guess.
10 hours, even if you're not, you get paid 10 hours, even if you're not called. And if you do get called, you get paid for that too. So you just double down. Like, what do you got? I was like, what is that, dude? And then another
Uh,
guy left for a different department of a refinery, but he jumped up like $9 an hour, and he got a
ooh.
company truck on day one, fully outfitted. He's got
Oh
a
wow.
mostly working from home position. He's got to go to, I think, Connecticut one time a month.
That ain't bad.
And he's on a call basis, and he's not allowed to work after it gets dark outside. Like man, like, and that's what kind of opened my eyes
Wow.
up too. Is like when people started getting these opportunities, like man, like with the overtime, Kimberly Clark was like kind of up there contender series
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
this is probably the best job you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cut the overtime. I said, all
Yeah.
right, let me look into other places' pay scales. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
without the overtime, we're severely underpaid.
Yep.
Like on the
That's
riverfront,
that's what I did the
as a
math where I work. I
electrician,
did the
as a
math.
total, yeah.
I did the
Yeah.
math. I
Like
get
what
like
the fuck?
$10 more an hour if you do the math. You know,
Yeah.
with 190 days, but still $10 more an hour.
Heck yeah,
Definitely more
dude.
money. You know, that's what you said. There's so much. I keep getting headhunters calling me, emailing me. A lot better paying job than Kimberly Clark offered. I
I had a
just,
non-union facility offer me $1 more to start than I topped out at Kimberly Clark.
man.
I'm like, how's it? And then you got union leadership down there telling us, no, we make good money. I'm like, dude, no, we don't. I was like, the refinery down the street pays $11 an hour more an hour. There's
The
another
problem there
refinery
is,
on the other side of
uh,
Marcus Hook and it's $10 an hour. I was like, we have
yeah,
the same job position and the same qualifications and the same training, and we do more than they do,
yeah,
and we're underpaid. I get it's oil and it's fuel, and it's a
yeah,
bigger economy, but Scott Tissue's in $1 billion industry,
yeah.
and obviously they made enough money to acquire Kenvue and just
Hmm.
spend $48 billion, which I get is shareholder money also.
Yeah.
But you cut down costs, you cut down labor, you cut down you job mitigation and consolidation, you
Hmm.
cut overtime,
Yep.
and then announce record profits, and then say, hey, we're going to take this from you too, and we're going to lay off 10 more people,
Hmm.
and then buy another holding company for $48 billion.
They did that
It's like
last
the
time,
whole,
though. They did it last
but
time.
yeah,
You know, same exact
it's just,
playbook. I should have
but
known
then,
this was happening.
but
The only
I,
difference
I,
is the
I
company's
believe back then,
forcing our leadership to do things. Back then, the company didn't really force the things they're doing now. That's the
the
only
company's not
difference. That's why I
forcing
felt,
them, but I think what the company's doing, and I don't want to take the corporate side, but they're playing chess, and our union leadership was playing checkers, and they called them. They got them. They got them cornered, and
oh,
then
that's
it's a free
funny.
for all to protect themselves. Oh
Yeah.
crap, they got us.
Why throw
So
all the rest of us under the bus? Hey, you can't
right,
work
yeah.
48 hours. What? It's my contract.
Yeah, so
I'm union. I'm telling you you're not. I'm like, so you're
yeah,
changing my
so
union contract, not company. Got it.
yes, yeah,
Yep.
exactly, yeah. So
Yep.
the company was never a violation. It's our union brotherhood that's
Yep.
in direct violation of what they're even allowed to
Yeah.
do.
I was so angry that the guy knew I was angry, so he avoided me. And I'm like, you know what? I can't be angry. Heck with it. I'm just moving on. So I went down and then look, I'm not angry anymore. I'm like, moving on. You did what you did.
And I can say this too, and it's
You
not
know.
any malintentions because some of them I didn't see, but the only person from union leadership that made sure they saw me before I left and wished me well was Chuck Huck, and he was the treasurer. I did not see or hear a peep from anybody else from union leadership
Yeah.
with me leaving. And the rumor that I was leaving spread around for 6 weeks before I actually left.
Mm.
And I never,
Right.
not one of those guys ever talked to me or anything.
Mm.
Chuck Huck was the only person that would bridge that barrier, offer me overtime, wish me well, shook my hand on my last day. I'm like, man, that was cool, but
Yeah.
nobody else.
Yeah. You don't get that too often. No, you're right. So we
And
changed jobs,
they threw me
man.
a pizza party. They threw me a
Oh, did
pizza
they?
party.
Like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I didn't know I was getting it. Jason Chaga texted me like 6:30 in the morning. Hey man, you going to the tier 2 this morning because Mark is out on medical. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll come for the last one. So I
Mm.
stop in, go over the breakdowns from the night before. I was like, dude, I'm gonna leave on a high note. I had to fix a key switch for
Mm.
one of their pieces of equipment, and then I had to fix, which was kicking my butt for like 6 days, was this little cooling unit, a
Mm.
water cooling unit for core machine mandrels.
Right.
Cools the bar so it doesn't get too hot and like kind of upsets their process and just makes a big headache for those guys.
Yeah.
But I was troubleshooting it on and off, like not too interested in it because someone else had their hands in it first, and then there's no drawings or any documentation, so I'm just kind of like tracing wires. I'm like, yeah, dude, we got to replace this controller.
Mm-hmm.
Took 2 days for the controller to come in, put it in, didn't work. I'm like, okay, well,
I hate that kind of problem.
I bought the wrong freaking part, dude. So then I'm like, actually, Then it's like I have this whole thing taken apart,
Yeah.
all the panels off, and it's a controller, an on-off switch, a couple light indicators, and it goes down to terminal strips and a motor starter, an overload,
Right.
something else in there, and then it goes out to the motor for the pump. There's a pressure switch. There's I believe a flow switch, and then an RTD and a solenoid valve. I'm like going through, I'm like tracing wires and tracing wires. I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on. And then again, my last day, I'm like, I can't let this thing fucking beat me.
Yeah.
So I went down there, traced it all out, and I found that the pressure switch is bad. It wasn't changing state. So it was on the inlet on the supply water,
Right.
wasn't seeing the supply water open the switch or close the switch. So, which is the main power cut for the controller. I say, all right, if there's no water flow to the pump, we're not going to allow the motor to run. So there's a fail safe, which is
makes
good.
sense. Yeah.
But like, I was like, I can't let this freaking beat me. So I finally figured it out, rewired it so it would work. And I told him, I was like, listen, this is the part number you need. This is the failed component. I'm not going to be here when this comes in. Good luck. But it's running. So I'm sure that'll never change. They have the run till failure mind state down there.
Oh, okay.
So I left
so
on
you
a high
got it
note.
fixed, though. And you got a
Fixed
pizza
my
party.
last two breakdowns. Yeah.
And you got a
fixed my
pizza
last
party.
two breakdowns and pizza party. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's good to go leave it a high
Nice,
note, because I always tell people, you don't want to burn that bridge.
That's what I did too. Like I emailed Ken, who's never done me wrong, always put me in the right direction, gave me a lot of opportunities and allowed a lot of my experiences to happen.
Yeah.
And I emailed him when I found out that I accepted the position and I passed the drug test and the physical. They're like, hey, welcome to Exelon, welcome to Pico. Put your 2 weeks in. I'm like, okay. That was like 11 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe it was a Thursday or Friday. I'm like, all right, my 2 weeks is Thanksgiving, dude. So I'm like typing up this email, I use ChatGPT for it. I was like, how do I word this? Like I'm not good with grammar and emails. I'm the fix it guy. I'm the construction guy. I'm like, I need some help. But I wrote him like this letter. It's like, hey, this is my official 2 weeks of resignation. I'd like to help with the transition or transfer of knowledge, whatever you guys need for the next 2 weeks. Let me know. I want to make this as smooth as possible and set you guys up for success. And he emailed me back a nice letter and said that if I ever want to come back, the door's always open. I'm like, oh, sweet, man. So that made me feel good too. Like that management, some management actually cares down there.
That's pretty nice. So with that, we're almost to an hour. I would like to move on going back to conspiracies. Is that all right with you?
Sure.
So we did a good segment of corporations. Yeah, we did corporations. We did union versus non-union. We did multiple different things. Good CEOs out there. So I like to go back. So I want to end the season with this being the last episode for now of this, and going back to conspiracies, which we'll tell you. I'll put it on a post for you guys. Let you know what's our next conspiracy. So this is Sean from Tech Training Solutions.
This is Jake Price from Jake Price Does It. I do know that I did have a couple people reach out to me saying that they'd like to hear us go down certain rabbit holes on aliens and alien type conspiracies, which I think they're more friendly side of the conspiracy rabbit holes.
I believe in aliens, so that works. Too big of a universe not to.
I don't know if you can see it or not. Is it there?
I see an arm. Yeah, I see
that?
something. Yeah, some kind of looks like a thunderbolt. Oh, I see it now.
UFO?
Yep, I see it. UFO. Yep.
Where we at there?
Yep, I see it.
I'm in for it, dude.
So this is the last episode of CEOs, union, non-union, and now we'll go back to conspiracies. First one will be about UFOs and people being abducted. Fun stuff, though. We're not going to go serious.
Cool stuff.
All right. So thank you.
We're going to stay off of 9/11.
None of that.
Israel.
Nothing
Staying
crazy.
out of this, staying
Let's
out of
make
that,
it
staying out
fun.
of
We
that.
got plenty of people to do that. Plenty of people to get angry at each other. We're not that. We're just gonna have fun, talk about conspiracies. All right.
Maybe we'll do Sasquatch. That'd be a cool one.
Yeah, I like to meet them too. Probably get killed, but yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So at this time,
Maybe we'll
thank
do
you.
some camping trips.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll get together and do a live podcast. We got to find out how to do that though. Well, let's get popular first. But yeah. So
Yeah,
this is
people gonna watch.
so. Peace out. See you guys.